Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about how does social anxiety affect our relationships. Now this is part 2 of my 3-part series on the damage of social anxiety. If you haven't checked out part 1, I'll link it somewhere up here. Now I'm making this series to bring awareness to just how debilitating social anxiety disorder can be. Before we get started, let me introduce myself for those who are new here. My name is Asha, and I work with people who have severe social anxiety and avoidant personality disorder, and I help them go from feeling terrified of socializing and being judged to feeling confident, having amazing social ability, and making friends. Now, the most obvious part of how social anxiety can affect your relationships is that you're going to struggle with making friends and finding partners. It can be really sad knowing that the only thing standing between you and a couple of friends you can just hang out and laugh with, or a partner you can enjoy life with, is your social anxiety. That when you're at home alone, you feel like, you know what, I've got a couple things I can offer, I think I'm pretty alright. But as soon as you're in a social situation, you're just like, I'm stupid, I'm annoying, I'm weird, I have nothing to offer. And then when you're back at home alone again, you're thinking, you know what, I think I have something to offer. And that cycle repeats again and again and again until you lose your self-worth. Suddenly, you'll find yourself alone at home and wondering, what do I even have to offer in the first place? So you can already see exactly how much damage social anxiety causes. But let's look a little deeper. What about your existing friends and family? What about them? How does social anxiety affect them? Well, with social anxiety, it becomes terrifying to even hang out with the people you love. In my video of what social anxiety feels like, I lightly touch on this, where you would plan to hang out with your friends and family and you'd be so excited to see them, but the day comes and your anxiety is through the roof and you can't even make it out the door, so you'll have to cancel. And you keep doing this again and again and again until you find that your friends stop inviting you out as much, stop calling you as much, and eventually just stop texting you altogether. And can you really blame them? How do you explain to someone that you really want to hang out with them, but just the thought of the activity terrifies you? It's a contradiction that even we can't understand. How can we expect them to? And finally, and this is a lot less spoken about, but the types of friends and partners we are drawn to as a result of our social anxiety. Often people with social anxiety get caught in emotionally manipulative or abusive relationships because we don't know how to implement boundaries and we're drawn to much stronger personalities. And these strong personalities in a way represent the opposite of our social anxiety. You know, bold, confident, unafraid. But the problem is that we don't really know the difference between someone who is confident and someone who is narcissistic. And the worst part of all of this is we might latch onto this other person and become codependent, as we often feel safe with this person, where our social anxiety doesn't act up with this person. So we hold them close so we can do everyday things without having our anxiety triggered. So you can see exactly why you should never downplay the severity of social anxiety. And I know this may sound really gloomy and sad, but there is good news, and that is, it is solvable. Social anxiety can be overcome, and it doesn't have to take years either. With a lot of self-analysis, education on what social anxiety is, and being willing to do things that make you uncomfortable, you can overcome social anxiety. Now, what do I mean by all these things? I make a ton on videos on education on what social anxiety is and practical steps you can do to get out of your social anxiety and how to look inward to understand yourself and your social anxiety and all that good stuff. So watch the videos, do the action steps, and I promise over time you will notice that your social anxiety is actually improving. For those of you who want to work one-on-one with me and overcome your social anxiety ASAP so we can start living life and be the person you've always wanted to be, feel free to book a strategy call with me. The link is in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you guys soon.